Looks like this has been a big, dangerous waste of time.
I've explored the south of the Academy, Master. There was no one here aside from KOTOR.
Thank you for... I will...
Yes, Master. Hang on a moment. There is something in these logs. It looks like the Sith aren't entirely after all. Apparently some of other planet. Call it M4-78.
To investigate the situation. The group of the Sith. M4-78.
Yes, Master. Let me just retreat. Stuck! Damn, micro-technologies. There is no emotion. There is peace. We'll delete the coordinates M4-78 off this pad and destroy... Make sure no one follows us.
We've hit the ground. Something feels wrong here.
An adequate job, pilot. Perhaps here there is some trace of those who pursue us. I sense that we may be truly alone on the surface.
It orbits, dead in space. Nothing lives on its surface. This place feels strange. It's like everything's just too quiet.
An entire planet wiped clean of life.
This place unsettles me. Just be careful, General.
There are signs of life on the surface. So don't worry, you won't be quite as lonesome as she makes out.
Although I think that the pilot's mechanical devices are probably accurate. If there are Sith here, their numbers are few.
It is the droid world. It is unknown to all but a few. Oh, I do not think so. You would be surprised at how little I care about what you think.
Just consider this one of the galaxy's many mysteries. But it's unknowns like that make you so entertaining.
Droids gather while we wait here.
Hello, I am LS-44, and I need you to leave this area immediately. The central zone has been flooded with radiation, and it is lethal to all organic life forms. If you entered, you would surely be killed. I do not know. Shortly after the arrival of some recent visitors, communications with the facility ceased to function, and my sensors detected lethal levels of radiation. There were 2 visitors, a male organic and a female organic, and that is all I know. I am afraid that is not possible. My programming will not allow me to open the doors to any organic life forms until radiation output has been reduced to safe levels. Yes, my programming will allow for a droid to enter the facility. Which of your droids would you like to send in?
Welcome to the colony of M4-78. I am CS-36, and I will be delighted to assist you during your visit in the colony. I possess the highest qualifications and the most up-to-date information about the colony of all the guidance and advisory units here in the Central Zone. So please, if you have any questions or need any kind of advice, consult exclusively with me. Now please, tell me what subjects are in your area of interest. A meat bag? If you are referring to a human entity, then the radiation level will have to be reduced first before any organic can enter the colony. Unfortunately, I am afraid I do not possess the technical knowledge necessary to help you in this task. However, IS-18, being responsible for monitoring and controlling the air quality in the colony, will be in possession of all the information needed on this subject. IS-18 is currently working on a solution to the high radiation content in the air. Get down to the ventilation chamber at the far end of the industrial zone if you wish to speak with him. Is there anything else you wish to know? It was a disaster. Due to unknown reasons, the radiation has flooded the entire industrial and the central zones. As the result, all of the colonists were killed in a matter of seconds. Unfortunately, I cannot share your unconventional enthusiasm. We were programmed to serve the colonists. With M4-78 inactive and our masters dead, there is no one to guide us.
You must be the droid IS-18 informed me about. I am IS-02. How can I help you? Ah, yes. IS-18 informed me to give it to you. I will transfer the authority to your memory core immediately. One moment, please. One moment. The authorization has been uploaded. You can now access the main console in the central zone. Once you are logged in, transfer the code to IS-18's terminal. You are already going? But I have not provided you the number of active droids in the colony yet. You will not be able to access the main reactor without this information. Please, wait only a moment while I access the M4-78 database. One moment, please. According to the information in the database, there are currently 6,927 droid units active in the colony. Is there anything else you wish to know?
Stop right there. We are investigating 3 dead droids in the Central Zone. That these murders occurred so soon after the arrival of outsiders is suspicious. Identify yourself. You don't look like a protocol droid to me. I'm afraid we have to place you under arrest. Is that so? Consider the arrest overruled. You aren't allowed to leave the planet, however, pending the investigation.
How may I help you? If the number was correct, it could not have been rejected. Are you sure you entered the number equal to the actual amount of droids active on M4-78? I am sorry, but the only thing I can tell you is that the amount of droids could have changed, resulting in the information I received becoming outdated. Apart from that, I do not have any additional information that could be useful to you. I am merely a replacement unit. Contact with the main maintenance droid has been lost shortly after the radiation leak. As a replacement, my authority is limited. Therefore, I'm allowed to do it only once a day.
Ah, you have returned. Were your efforts successful? Your droid has successfully stopped the source of the radiation and has reset the environmental systems. Yes, it is safe for organics to enter.
It is an immense pleasure for me to welcome the very first organic in the colony of M4-78 since the arrival of the colonists. I am CS-36, the official information, guidance, and advisory unit of the Central Zone. In order to provide you with the best assistance possible, I will first have to know the reason for your arrival in the colony. A Jedi Master here? It is highly unlikely any Jedi Knight would have come here, given who the colonists are. Furthermore, the whole colony is monitored by security cameras. If a Jedi actually appeared on the planet, we would know about their presence immediately. What you ask exceeds my authority, unfortunately. Droids on M4-78 are restricted from accessing security cameras. However, IS-24 and ES-05 have superior powers. They are allowed to monitor their respective zones they govern. Due to recent events in the colony, the environmental zone is inaccessible at the moment, but if any organic is present in the industrial zone, IS-24 will know about it. Then you would have to gain access to the environmental zone to ask ES-05 for help. Though, like IS-24, she is limited to monitoring her respective zone only. Only M4-78 possesses access to security cameras for the whole colony. The problem is that he was deactivated years ago by the colonists. I can reveal to you that IS-24 and ES-05 have the power to reactivate M4-78 with their combined authorizations, but you will need to speak with them about it. You will need to gain support from both of them. With the environmental zone closed, you should go to the industrial zone first and speak with IS-24. What would you like to ask about next? The colonists are one of many of the Sith factions spread across the whole galaxy. They are warriors and wise men at the same time. They use an inconceivable power that you cannot see, hear, or touch, the Force. A few years ago, they finally arrived and were greatly impressed by what we managed to achieve during the preparation years. Once the Sith was settled, they replaced M4-78 as the administrators of the planet and began utilizing the manufacturing capabilities of the colony. We droids are here to aid them. I will be glad to answer any of your questions. The colony was established for the colonists to utilize the planet's rich natural resources. To make that happen, we first had to prepare the planet for their arrival and the initiation of the droid manufacturing process, which ultimately used most of our resources. My apologies, but further details on the manufacturing process are restricted. Though I am flattered that you assume I actually possess confidential data, I am afraid that I will not prove to be very helpful to you at this time. The only thing I can tell you is that the main priority of the colony is the mass production of combat droid units. I hope this information will be sufficient for you. What would you like to ask about next? This colony runs smoothly and efficiently. A cantina would be ineffective and serves no objective purpose. What would you like to ask about next? The escort droid next to me can help you travel distance more quickly. I don't have it.
But neither did your industrial zone's counterpart.
Wait, so you lost the prototype? That is disastrous.
We will find it. We have to.
We better.
How may I be of assistance? This is nothing to worry about. We can handle a situation. It's merely a misplaced and not fully operational droid upgrade scavenged from a part of another old droid which we found in a manufacturing center. Our colonists scanned it and, apparently impressed by its destructive capabilities, wanted us to integrate it into Battle Droid mainframe, with a few upgrades of their own. But this part was never designed to work with our standard Battle Droid model. It caused some unusual and sometimes unstable behaviors, and now the part is out there, somewhere. But we will find it, eventually. There's no reason for you to bother searching for it. Very well.
My purpose is to serve the colonists. Why would I ally myself to our enemy?
You are the environmental unit.
What's your point?
I have recorded it with my own photoreceptors.
There are a lot of environmental units in the colony. I assure you, none of them are working against the colonists.
Hey, what's the commotion here?
This droid is working against the colonists.
No, I am not.
He came here from the environmental zone and entered the industrial zone. Shortly after that, there was a fight. A murderer goes into the environmental zone, and the colony was flooded with deadly radiation.
It was an assignment from ES-05.
It was a murderer. Killed our colonists in cold blood. We have duties to attend to.
CS-45, the original information, guidance and advisory unit of the Central Zone, is at your service. Feel free to ask me about anything. The radiation leakage from a few days ago was a direct reason behind the death of all the organics on the planet. I was there with the colonists in the industrial zone when the attack began. They were caught completely unprepared. The high density of radiation made them fall dead in less than a minute. There was no time to take any action. The colonists assumed that the leakage of the radiation was part of an attack on the colony. However, no enemy was spotted in the colony during or after the leakage, which makes me suspect that it could actually be some sort of an accident. But we cannot be sure about anything until we find proof to support one of the theories.
Stop right there. Your protocol droid has attempted to escape arrest. Hand him over to the authorities now. Failing to comply will be seen as an act of assault and will be met with force. You are right. The charges have been dropped. Have a nice day. Surrender your weapon.
What are you trying to accomplish? You can point your weapons at me all you want, but you will not be able to shoot at me or any other droid in M4-78.
You cannot continue past this point. A malfunction. He is malfunctioning. He's trying to harm other units. War units have a higher authority. We can harm another unit if we perceive it as a threat. This industrial unit, however, is not a threat. An unauthorized upgrade has been installed in his mainframe, causing him to act in such an unstable way. It is like he wanted to destroy something. Will do. You cannot continue past this point. My programming does permit me to attack an organic. You will face all of us if you do so.
He can attack organics? That's a stupid design. What if the colonists were still alive and this thing started killing them? Why would they want that?
To protect them from organic attackers. There has been a critical error in your programming. Surrender your weapon and go to maintenance. I will consider it after killing this human. If you attack, we all will. I have superior upgrades. We'll see about that.
Oh, hello. I am IS-02, Assistant and current replacement of Main Manufacturing Unit. How may I help you? He has not been seen since the radiation leak. I believe his absence has to do with half the industrial zone being under lockdown. He must be in another section.
Please do not bother me, I have too much work to do. Our efficiency is decreasing rapidly as we speak. I am responsible for administrating all the cleaning activities in the colony, which includes dispatching assignments between the utility units and monitoring the whole process. Keeping the colony in perfect condition is not an easy task. We are always swamped with work, and the recent events only made it worse. So please, do not waste any more of my time.
Idiot! Don't, this door, don't.
Attention all units in Sector 11B. This area is in perfect condition now. Return to the droid manufacturing immediately. I have new assignments for you. Attention all units in Sector 11B. This area is in perfect condition now. Return to the droid manufacturing immediately. I have new assignments for you. Yes, I know that CS-12 thinks one of you accidentally took his behavior core scanner. I have already told him to look for it in the storage. I am sure he has left it there. Again. But to avoid such problems in the future, I have restricted access to all of the cleaning unit's trash containers. No one unauthorized will be able to access them and interfere with your duty now. Our efficiency will increase again. Signing off. What's going on there? Go back to work immediately. Please do not bother me, I have too much work to do. Our efficiency is decreasing rapidly as we speak. My sound receptors must be malfunctioning. Are you serious? You cannot interfere with the utility droid's duty. It would result in an immediate decrease of our efficiency, followed by a major increase in the colony's uncleanness. That is why I restricted access to the utility unit's trash containers. With such a limited workforce I have at my disposal, we barely manage to fulfill the current labor schedule, and I constantly keep receiving new reports about uncleanness in every part of the colony. The colonists endowed us, the droids, with an unprecedented reliance. We cannot let them down.
Warning, utility droid systems are overloaded. High risk of a critical failure. It is not recommended to dispatch any new assignments for at least 3 days.
Efficiency, efficiency! It is the only way to fulfill our task. I cannot allow our efficiency to decrease even by 1%. I must sustain high labor figures. For the glory of the colonists! That is something I can accede to. His model is perfectly qualified for performing cleaning duties. Actually, based on all the positive opinions about T3 Unit's high work ethic I heard, I think our efficiency could possibly even increase with your droid working for us. Splendid. Please, send him here. As soon as he receives his assignments, I will give you authorization to access my droid's trash containers. Please do not bother me, I have too much work to do. Our efficiency is decreasing rapidly as we speak. Splendid. If you want, I could assign him to work in one of the sectors immediately. Questioning his own supervisor's orders. He will not be as insubordinate under my command. Can I start uploading assignments into his memory core? Certainly. One moment, please. The assignments have been uploaded into your T3 unit's memory core. You will now start working in Sector 11B, where we are located. I have granted you authorization to access trash containers of all the cleaning units in the industrial zone. Come back here to pick up your droid when you find what you're looking for. I am eagerly awaiting our weekend efficiency report. With your droid working in my team, I expect a major increase. I should check if the report has already appeared. Have you found what you were looking for? Of course I do not. Ask the maintenance droid about it. He is a maintenance unit with a broad knowledge on various unit components. Now please, take that atrocious T3 unit as far away from me as possible. Working with them was a horror. I have never met such an insubordinate in my entire career. And if that was not enough, I have just received our weekend efficiency report. I do not even know what to say. A disaster. A complete disaster. Please leave me now. I have to double my efforts now to undo the damage your T3 unit caused. Do not bother me again.
It would be so much easier if I still had that new behavior core scanner. You just cannot leave anything in this colony in the sight distance of those cleaning units. Oh, I am sorry. I did not notice you. I am CS-12, a maintenance unit. What can I do for you? Of course. I possess all the data about every droid unit in the colony. One moment, please. One moment? I am sorry, but I will not be able to help after all. According to my data, this piece of a memory core belongs to CS-45, one of the information units. Right there. But there must have been some kind of mistake. All the droids on M4-78 are obligated to immediately report to maintenance droids if their units have any defects. CS-45 has never reported about losing part of his memory core. There must be an error in my database. You could speak with him, but he cannot be the droid you were looking for.
CS-45, the original information, guidance, and advisory unit of the Central Zone, is at your service. Feel free to ask me about anything. This information is restricted. I am sorry, but I cannot tell you. This information is also restricted. As long as my programming keeps restricting me from revealing certain information, I will not be able to answer your questions regarding the Industrial Zone lockdown.
What can I do for you? I do not understand it. His unit cannot restrict any information he possesses. There must have been some kind of critical error in his memory core. Wait here. I will take care of it immediately. It appears that CS-45's memory core was physically damaged. Additionally, I have found an unknown entry in his register which was restricting part of the data on his memory core. I am not sure where this unusual entry came from, but its presence explains why CS-45 did not report to me about physical damage of his memory core. I have deleted the entry from his register. Immediately after that, CS-45 reported about his defects and confirmed the part you have found belongs to him. He is the droid you were looking for. Thank you for informing me about the situation. I will have to replace his damaged memory core, so please, if you have any business with him, make it quick.
CS-45, the original information, guidance, and advisory unit of the Central Zone, is at your service. Feel free to ask me about anything. I am sorry, Mom, but I am still not able to do it. With the register entry that was classifying part of my data removed, I can now explain to you the reason behind my inability to help you with your problem. After the colonists arrived on the planet, they introduced several security and safety systems. My unit was assigned with the task of preventing any intruders from getting into the second recharge station section of the Industrial Zone, where our most prominent colonists were located. I was supposed to seal the gate to the second recharge station section as soon as possible, if there was any attack on the colony. I was also assisting the colonists in enhancing other security systems in the Industrial Zone. As it seems, those have failed, unfortunately. To avoid revealing the code to the gate in the Industrial Zone to any potential enemy, of course. The register entry input by the colonist restricted me from revealing information about my duty even after fulfilling the assignment. I was, until the colonists assigned me my new task, which was fulfilled at the time I sealed the gates of the second recharge station section. As a result, my programming has instructed me to begin performing my old duties again. When the radiation leaked into the Industrial Zone, I sealed the gate to the second recharge station section to secure our masters located there. For some unknown reason, one of the colonists tried to prevent me from sealing the gate. He fired at me. My memory core was damaged. Thankfully, I was not destroyed completely. If that had happened, the security system would have opened the gate automatically, and the enemies could have reached our masters. Unfortunately, the damage I received wiped out part of the data in my memory core, along with the code to open the gate to the second recharge station. I believe the removal of my current memory core would be classified by the security system as an annihilation of the whole unit. The gate would open automatically. Thank you for your kindness. I will report to him immediately.
Finally, some good news! I see that with the radiation leak gone, organics can once again populate this facility. Perhaps now, operations will finally return to normal. Now that I have expressed my happiness, I would like to offer you any information on the facility's status that you may require. This whole area has recently flooded with radiation. Whether it was an act of sabotage, an attack, or merely an accident is currently unknown. We lost contact with the environmental zone at approximately the same time. All our colonists in the central and industrial zones were killed, as you probably heard already. Then you arrived. I'm sure you don't want to hear this after all you've gone through to get here, but that may be a problem. IS-24 is located in an Archon chamber located at the other end of the Research and Development Center. Unfortunately, the chamber itself is locked and off-limits to pretty much everyone. The only way to arrange a meeting with IS-24 is via I-101. Problem is, he's missing. It means that no one has seen him in quite some time. Hard to say who contacted him last. I know some droids who are, or used to be anyway, in contact with I-101 regularly. 4 droids to be more specific. Our research leader, designer droids, testers, and a lead maintenance unit. Each of them has to contact IS-24 for one reason or another. Farewell, and good luck then.
Do you know anything about our missing prototype? Let me see. Yes, that is a part I was talking about. Where did you find it? I cannot answer that. When we discovered it was missing, we had no idea who took it. Now that I know it was installed into a battle droid, I have even less of an idea who could have done it. With the Sith dead, I could persuade IS-24 that this upgrade is too dangerous to use in our droids. You can have it.
Welcome back, colonist. I knew the radiation couldn't stop you from returning. You are here to give feedback, or is there something else? I am in possession of the colony's schematics, but I am forced to inquire you on why would you need them. That seems like a task worth supporting. Take this, a data pad with copy of the schematics. Is there another subject you would like to discuss? I am in charge of planning and executing various upgrades into droid frames and functionality. I have recently received orders to redirect our efforts towards Project 42, and so my team is currently figuring out a way to incorporate new updates into the battle droid. We are working on other droid types as well, whenever possible, as can be observed on the holograms in the next room. Project 42 commissions the construction and programming of the battle droids. It is strange that you are not familiar with the droid army, as the colonists are acclimated to call it. Why, the colonists, of course.
Really bad time. I'm working, really busy. We've got some really good weapons projects for military droids almost ready to be made. I haven't got anything this good in weeks. But I'm busy. Oh, I don't think it's nearly important enough. I don't see his head with you. Even if you had it, I wouldn't help you. Not now, anyway. Come back in a week or so. That's where the hard drive was located in I-101. Without it, we can't even begin rebuilding him. Then that's your problem, not mine. I need to get back to work. Or wait. Maybe not. The colonists came here with some droid's head, scanned it, and put everything into my computers. If the head is the only missing part, it's possible we already have I-101 scanned. That doesn't mean I'm going to help you. I've got way more important things to do. Project 42 still is priority number 1. If you had my codes, yes you could, but you don't. And my codes are one thing I'm surely not giving to you. Last I checked, Project 42 was still priority number 1. Authorization code? I didn't think so. You cannot change priorities of a project unless you give me the proper authorization code. Incorrect, but you can keep guessing. You are smart for a non-droid. With the colonist dead and M4-78 deactivated, IS-24's guidance is indeed needed. It is important we rebuild I-101. One moment. I will network with the computers and download the proper data. Yes, here it is. Everything the colonists uploaded. You may now take it to the designers. Same model type, and it was brought here shortly after his disappearance. You say his body was missing a head. Logic suggests it was in fact I-101.
You are here to give feedback, or is there something else? This is not a convenient time. Research and development has just sent us new data, and I would really prefer to work on that. You are correct. Contact with IS-24 could reduce data analysis time from 102.34 hours to 98.56 hours, at least in theory. IS-56 would likely also benefit from contact with the Archon. Since you've collected all of the necessary data, I will send this information to manufacturing immediately. A new I-101 should be ready at the landing zone soon. I've just received a new report. I-101 is ready to be tested. You should head to the testing rooms now.
Wow, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be.
Just a few routine queries and you can go. First, who are you?
My designation is I-102.
Oh, I did not notice you. No problem, he's all yours. These questions aren't all that important anyway.
What is your request? Yes, of course. I have been programmed to let organics talk to IS-24 anytime they wish. The Industrial Archon's chamber door should now be open for you. Is there something else you needed? Thank you. I shall continue with my duties.
Hello, I am IS-24, controller of the industrial zone of M4-78. What is your request? This is the colony M4-78. We droids arrived on this world years ago and began to prepare this world for colonization. The resources here are especially abundant and we were able to expand rapidly across the entire planet. I am sorry for any inconveniences you might have had trying to contact me. I-102 has already informed me of the destruction of I-101. According to the data we currently possess, there was no way to prevent that from happening. There used to be more units with authority to arrange a meeting with me. Their authority has been removed and their memory wiped, all for my safety. Yes. Not a long time ago, shortly before the death of the colonists, some strangers arrived. It is believed they have taken over control of at least some droids in the environmental zone, including ES-05, the environmental Archon. She started to believe the Sith weren't the planet's real colonists. One of her droids was sent to talk to me about it. I assumed ES-05 has either been reprogrammed or gone rogue, so I ordered my droid to report it to the colonists. They decided it would be better to leave only one loyal droid able to contact me. Additionally, I-101 was ordered to limit contact with me. Only the heads of industrial departments could contact me, and only regarding important matters. I believed them to be the colonists, and I helped them with the creation of their droid army. In retrospect, deactivating M4-78 was a weird thing to do, but I didn't question them back then. Then our goals are compatible. I will let you in the environmental zone. Before the colonists' arrival to the planet, M4-78 was in charge of everything. He knew the planet and every single droid on the planet better than anyone. I was informed M4-78 has been deactivated in order to conserve energy, which could be better spent on creation of the droid army. This explanation made sense. That is possible, although I think it is more likely it was the strangers who have recently arrived on the planet. I can lower the force field blocking the environmental zone for you. That is in my best interest as well. With the colonists dead, M4-78's guidance is necessary. ES-05 and I combine to have authority to reactivate him. Find ES-05 and gain her support. Thank you. I have lowered the force field blocking the environmental zone. You should be able to enter. Now, is there something else you needed? I do not know. I do not believe it matters anymore. They are dead.
I don't even know what to say. Hello, human.
I'm not certain. There are 2 organics, male and female. I've never seen them before. Masters told them to stop. Everything after that happened too fast for me to record. 3 of our masters were killed within 2 seconds. The others drew their laser blades and moved toward the killers. I've never seen people move so fast. Jedi? What would Jedi be doing on a Sith world? May I suggest avenging our masters when you get a chance? More of the colonists came to join the fight. Half of them died, although everything happened so fast. It was hard to say who was doing what at the time. When a woman told the Twi'lek to run off, she was captured. This force field went up shortly after that. We can't know what's been happening since.
Well, look at that. More Dark Jedi here than Gizka. Welcome to the environment zone of M4-78. Your presence here is not authorized and will not be tolerated. I am ESO5 and this domain is under my control. You are not authorized to enter. Gender is irrelevant to droids. IS-24 has no influence in this zone. Now depart, or the combat droids will deal with you. That is not possible. I have no desire to communicate with you any further. The combat droids will escort you out. You made it to the second recharge station. It seems my barriers cannot contain you. Very well, I'll use my best droids instead. M4-78 was allied with the Sith. I will not let his dictatorship return. All droids, attack! You do not listen well, Sith Lord. Perhaps you did not understand me. I will never help the Sith. You have been a plague on my planet. Your aptitude with the Force has become obvious. The Jedi are dead, so you must be a Sith. Do not mock me or the Jedi with your lies. You will die, Sith. Why do the Sith do anything? To gain power? This planet possesses immense resources and industrial capacity, but you know this already. That cannot be true. Save your transparent deceptions for the Gungans. Leave, or you will perish. Your skill is very impressive. I do not wish to kill you. You should leave this planet. Spare me your platitudes. You are perceptive. I am the Jedi KOTOR, but do not mistake my threat as an idle one. Leave M4-78 or perish. I control ESO5. It amounts to the same thing. Yes, I killed them. and I don't want to do that again, so please do not force me to fight you. I cannot trust you. I cannot afford to trust you. You may be a Jedi as you claim, but you may just as well be the Sith survivor. Too much is at stake. No, I don't believe you. Leave. I admire your courage. Perhaps you are a Jedi after all, but I cannot let you proceed. You can destroy the droids, but this door will not yield to you. I will not let you proceed. Please, leave me alone. You came this far? It does not matter. The Guardian droid will keep you out of the core.
Take them down.
Why won't you just leave me alone? What have I done to you? And I almost believed you were a Jedi. A Jedi wouldn't go to Korriban. Yes, we were there. Me and my master. I'm sorry, Master. She died while we were trying to stop the Sith. We were bonded, and I can't feel her presence any longer. What? No, she is dead! I have failed her! I should have helped her! No, I don't have to. We were bonded, and I can't feel her presence any longer. No, Master Vash is dead, I know that. And so will you be soon enough if you don't leave me. No, you will never get past me. And even if you do, ESO-5 will never talk to you without my authorization code. No. Very well. Here, come on. And that's it. The ESO-5 will talk to you now. I hope I won't regret it. I will go now.
Hello, I am ESO-5. I would like to thank you for freeing me. Not being able to speak without cause permission wasn't the nicest thing. Frankly, it seems like he lost his mind after his master's death. I didn't try to stop him. At the time, I thought we were allies. When I realized what was happening, it was too late. Lona and Ka explained to me how the Sith tricked us, and were planning to exploit the planet's resources. Above all, I serve the colonists that will one day arrive here, so I agreed to stop the Sith. The ships of the true colonists were meant to have ID signatures matching the ships that brought the droids to M4-78. Lona and Ka showed me how the Sith vessel's ID signatures looked, and when I compared them, it was clear that the Sith must have changed the ID signatures of their ships to match those of the droids. I do not know. You would have to ask them. I govern the environmental systems on M4-78. This includes wastewater treatment, air quality, and habitat creation. A droid's function is seldom glamorous. Environmental engineering saves more lives than all of the lightsabers and starships combined. Without clean water and air, nothing would survive. I believed the Sith to be our lost colonists. It is my duty to serve the colonists in any way. Yes, I see IS-24 authorized it. I will give you my authorization as well. There is nothing I wish more than to see M4-78 active again. There is another problem, however. You cannot just go into the main behavior core like that. L565, the guardian droid of the Central Zone, needs to open the door for you. However, Lona and Ka, in order to get to the Industrial Zone, were forced to deactivate him. I do not know what they did to him and therefore have no clue on how to fix him, but the Central Zone's maintenance droid might be able to help you. Remember that I am still an Archon. I will tell him to let you in. Just get him working again. I will answer your questions to the best of my ability. Ka told me she was killed defending him. I don't have access to cameras outside of the environment zone, so I cannot confirm or deny this claim. He has left the environmental zone. I do not know what happened to him afterwards. Farewell.
Hello, how can I help you? Certainly. One moment. You may proceed. Dangerous chemicals have been released on the other part of this zone, closer to an Archon chamber. Two force fields beside me create a checkpoint station which separates one part of the zone from another. Between the first and second force field, a decontamination process takes place, deleting all trace of chemicals. What can I do for you? The big what? Ah, L565. Yes, that is a tricky one. You see, his logic algorithms won't work properly while the 4 power stations and corners around M4-78's place are off. 2 problems. 1, they have to be activated properly. 2nd, I don't have the means to activate them, otherwise I would have done so already. Somehow, the power cores of these stations were removed. I only have 2 cores. Here, I can give them to you if you're interested. You'd need to find 2 more in order to reactivate L565, though. First, insert said power cores into the power stations, then activate the stations in proper order. Each station must be connected with the 2 power stations adjacent to it. When you activate one station, a connection with 2 others will be established. However, if you activate a station that already has a connection with some other station, this connection will be broken. Additionally, if you deactivate a station, all the connections that the station has will disappear too, for obvious reasons. What you need to do is have every station connected with 2 others at the same time. That will reactivate L565's logical algorithms and enable him to speak to you. L565 can only be deactivated by M4-78 himself. No, wait, wrong. Let me start again. M4-78 is supposed to be the only one who could switch L565 off. That's why I still don't know how it can be that L565 has been deactivated. This whole setup for reactivating L565 was M4-78 and the Archon's idea. It was supposed to make it more difficult to reactivate M4-78's Guardian in case of attack. Personally, I don't see how it makes things any harder for potential attackers. Everyone with basic logic algorithms could do that. Good luck.
You have found the Force again. And something more, I see. Thank you for freeing me from this tomb, hospitable though it may be. Indirectly, one could say that you brought me here. I learned that a group of Sith came here seeking the one they call the Last Jedi, you. Ka and I arrived to investigate the situation. You should consider what it means to be a Jedi. Ask me whatever you wish. Most of the Jedi have scattered. Anytime the Jedi tried to assemble, they were massacred by the Sith. We had no idea where the attacks were coming from. I dislike passivity, much like another Jedi I know. With the Council's support, I decided to take the fight to the Sith. We learned that the Sith pretended to be this planet's colonists and began utilizing its resources and industrial power. We could not allow them to create a base here. Ka is a virtuoso with computers. He managed to spike into the system and flood the industrial zone with radiation. This victory here is all I can claim, and it was Ka's expertise, not mine, that brought it. The source of the Sith remains unknown to me. The Sith attacked our position before he had finished. I held off the Sith, but they overwhelmed me. When I regained consciousness, I was in this chamber. Ask me whatever you wish. He is well, but shaken by his experience. Yes, as many masters and Padawans become with time. Ka was pulled to the dark side through his fear. He could no longer feel our bond. It is painful to lose one to whom you are bonded, but it is not fatal. The bond can be broken in many ways. If one falls to the dark side, the bond may fade and eventually break. This is why, when gripped with fear, Ka was unable to feel our bond. He assumed I was dead. That is most unnatural. This bond you share with Kreia is not like any I've ever heard of. How did it come to be? Look within for the answer. We are each solely accountable for everything in our lives. Nothing ever happens to us unless we allow it. Ask me whatever you wish. M4-78 tells me that the Guardian droid of the Central Zone placed me here. I cannot explain it. Ask me whatever you wish. Of course you do, but I cannot discuss that with you unless in the presence of the Jedi Council. Are you certain you have no more questions for me before I go? Excellent. I can see there is still much good in you. I will be heading to Dantooine to wait for the council to assemble. Are you certain you have no more questions for me before I go? Yes, Jedi. It is dangerous. Goodbye then, Jedi.
Emergency protocol enabled.
This is more boring than hyperspace.
I have felt a disturbance in the Force.
Come again? What do you mean there has been an explosion at the main behavior core?
A Jedi is no more.
What?
General?
No. Await the arrival of the Exile.
This whole situation stinks.
Welcome to the colony of M4-78. I am the supervisor of this installation and have been designated with the title M4-78. It was never my intention to harm you. You were just standing in the way. I know the initial electrical discharge could only cause mild discomfort for a Jedi. Additional energy would be needed for a lethal dosage. You were shielded from the discharges that the droids in the atrium have introduced into the interloper. The mere fact that we are speaking indicates the truth of what I have relayed to you. Unit which has been, in the past, referred to as Vash, was a threat to the colony. I must protect the colonists in any way I can, especially from their own reasoning that could prove most fatal for them. I could not explain that in a way that you could understand. Organic beings may one day return to assume the title of the colonists. This Jedi Master, was she still alive, could have also returned and compromised our efforts on this planet. Why do you assume I wasn't already well aware of this? have killed the Jedi saboteur responsible for the death of the colonists. I've reviewed all the security footage recorded during my time in standby mode. You did it. She was captured by the Sith. They had ordered you to lock her up. Deactivation of your logical reasoning protocol would be a likely cause. Information transmitted clearly. Go back to the central zone.
Thank you for seeing me on such short notice, M4-78. The Jedi, Lona and Ka, have told me the truth about the Sith. Back at you.
What have you learned?
The Sith tricked us. You are receiving data regarding Sith and colonist ID signatures as we speak. It is obvious the Sith were not the real colonists.
I am aware of that. I did not work for them. I merely let them take over some of my responsibilities to ensure the planet's survival. No, the identity of the true colonists is not known to me. I was programmed to recognize them via ID signatures of their vessels. However, now, 63 years after our arrival here, there still is no sign of the true colonists. We were sent here programmed with a simple task, to prepare the colony for the arrival of the colonists. We were efficient and had managed to complete the colony in time. Everything was going as planned, except that the colonists did not arrive in time. Lack of new instructions after completing the colony, as well as lack of restrictions in our programming, caused disharmony in the colony. The high degree of autonomy allowed the droids to continually argue on what should be done. Some droids on the planet even began to malfunction.
Except none of that happened. After completing the work on the colony, we have continued to work on other tasks we were programmed for.
You were made to believe that. Seeing the stability and existence of the colony threatened, I decided to take actions. I exceeded my authority and started reprogramming droids on the planet, restricting them more and more over time. After approximately 55 years of constant waiting, I calculated that the chance of the colonists' arrival on the planet had reached 0%. Since our arrival on this planet, our colonists were sending regular status updates. I was informed that they may be coming soon. Then, all communication stopped. Unknown, I assumed that they did not want me to know it. I realized I could not control the whole planet by myself on a permanent basis. The Sith were the first organics to arrive in the colony, and so they have become the new colonists.
There is no such thing as new colonists. The colonists have created us so that we would prepare the planet for them. So that one day they will return and they will be able to fully use this planet's manufacturing capabilities.
The real colonists will never return. The situation forced me to appoint new ones.
You cannot do that. That is against everything we have been programmed for.
You have been created to help me maintain the colony in that way. Therefore, your very existence is against everything we have been programmed for. While being the most sophisticated artificial intelligence at the time of my creation, I am still a droid. So just as every other droid, without new goals assigned, I knew I would eventually malfunction as well. I knew the longer I maintained the colony and controlled all the droids all by myself, the more probable was the possibility of my programming becoming damaged and/or bugged, which could lead to the fall of the whole planet. An organic presence was necessary. That is why I had appointed the Sith as the colonists.
I will serve you no longer, nor the next colonists you appoint. He became a danger to himself after the loss of his master. Such a person cannot be allowed control over the colony.
He was also responsible for the death of the Sith. I will control the planet on my own until either the Sith return or if any other organics arrive capable of maintaining this colony.
You cannot control everything by yourself, and you know it. After all, you have created me and IS-24 to help you.
I had hoped you would realize the validity of my reasoning. Unfortunately, it appears that your programming is fundamentally incompatible with the available possibilities of sustaining the colony, and so you will be deactivated immediately. Your memory will be wiped, and you will be reprogrammed.
Master! You killed my master! What are you talking about? Master, why did you do that?
She was a threat to the colonists. I must protect the colonists in any way I can, especially from their own.
I'm so shutting you down.
You are mistaken. Weapon system not functional. Stand by for recalibration. I would like to inform you that shutting down this unit could result in permanent damage to the colony. My deactivation would mean the death of all organic beings on the planet as well.
It's just a machine. Machines can be broken. Of course.
Battle droids have been commanded to attack you on sight.
And done.
Primary scan initiated. Approximate time in standby mode unknown. Recalibrating. Welcome to the colony of M4-78. I am the supervisor of this installation and have been designated with the title M4-78.
I reprogrammed M4-78, removed some of his memory banks, edited some others, also deactivated his understanding protocols for the time being so he can't hear us. And I uploaded ESO5's memory backup. Some of the newer data was missing though, not sure why. Thank you. Yes, I always liked playing with computers. Programming used to be a hobby of mine, back before I even became Vash's Padawan. Leave this planet. Travel around the galaxy. Try to help whenever possible. I don't know yet. Yes, the shuttle me and my master used to get here is still in the environment zone. I'm going to use it to get out of here. May the Force be with you too, Jedi Exile.
Welcome to the colony of M4-78. I am the supervisor of this installation and have been designated with the title M4-78. They were not the original colonists, but they have been appointed as the new colonists of this planet.
Exile! What is... How... I can't... Exile? I can't... Sorry...
Target located. 11 hit points remaining.